Hello everybody, my name is Parkzy and today we are going to be pitting 20 of the DGBA coaches against each other, most of them being from D1 as this is a Division 1 aka a speed boost themed Survivor series with 20 people competing against each other on the brandsteel.net simulator. If you guys have played the Hunger Games variations or the Big Brothers variations, it's the exact same for Survivor, but of course with a few Survivor twists such as idle nullifiers and advantages in the game. This series is going to be themed on the two main DGBA memes, or two of the main memes, which are Chatot and Pachirisu. So there's going to be 10 people on the Chatot Tribe, 10 people on the Pachirisu Tribe. I may do one for the D2 division if these videos do receive a lot of support. So if you do like them, don't be afraid to like them. And yeah, we're just going to go continue on to the brandsteel.net website. So here we are seeing the tribes on the first glance. So on the Pachirisu tribe, we have got BBlano, Carson, Ches, Chatot, Has, Ian, JJbizzle, Manlysoap, Spoink, and styx. The slide previously was showing all 20 coaches with their face in front of the David versus Goliath, which is what this is going to be themed around, that series of Survivor. And they are going to, those previous pictures were themed on the coaches and their logos and their mascots. But anyway, let's move on to the Chatot Tribe, where we are going to see that it is Carlos, Jack, Jermoi, JJgalz, JP, Mike, MX3, myself, and Rattatamen, as well as TCMTL, that are going to be going against those Pachirisu tribe members. There's 20 people, and there's one final thing to do before we click proceed, which I'll show you in a moment. So I've pre-set up every single thing. I've set up the logos. Quick story about the logos. You might see that JJ's is not a logo and that BBlano's is a different logo of a Dunsparce team, and that is basically just because although Has did have a folder consisting of all the coaches, the pictures weren't really that well. They only showed a top corner of them, so it really didn't turn out that well, and I would rather have a bit of a higher quality image than something that was correct but you could hardly see any of it. So yeah, that's why JJ's got a picture of an Umbreon and why BBlano has got a different team logo, but I don't think it'll play out too differently in the main perspective. It still just looks nice. So one final thing that I have to do is click on profiles, and I didn't want to do this by my own self because I feel like people would have called me out saying that I picked the best stats for myself off screen. So I'm going to do them on screen and I'm going to randomize them. Also, quick side note, this is my second time of doing it because the first time I did it, it completely reset back to David vs Goliath cast, so I'm hoping that it remains as the DGBA folk. So yep, here we are. So this is what the general rosters look like. As you can see, it is 20 different people, all with general physical endurance and mental/quiz being at 3, which is the average. But we're going to go change that. We're going to go hit them up with the randomize, and we're going to see what they get changed to. There's 8 different factors in this, so we're going to go randomize all, and we're going to see what people get. It is going to take a little while to load, but as you can see, people have been changed. There's going to be some people that have really good stats and some people that have really bad stats. We're not going to change just that, but we're also going to change some of the strategic abilities and things like that. So let's go randomize them all, and that is what we see. A lot of red, to be honest, and quite a bit of blue as well. So yeah, that is going to be important for what's going to happen in the series of the DGBA Survivor, because if you do want to get far ahead, you kind of would like to have good stats. So I feel like that's everything said and done, and now it is time to click proceed. Before the challenge, the Chatot Tribe will select 2 members from each tribe who will compete for the challenge based on first impressions, i.e. whoever they selected are assumed to be the Pachirisu's tribe weakest and the Chatot Tribe's strongest members. In turn, the Pachirisu tribe choose a set of obstacles the Chatot Tribe pair will run through. The first choices of obstacles are 1. A balance beam over water, plank bridge, or a 2-person balance. Number 2. A net crawl, a net tunnel, or a rope tunnel. Number 3, transfer 30 sandbags from one platform to another, solve an 8-piece slide puzzle, or assemble a 15-piece cube puzzle. Once they are done, one member from the pair must climb out to untie a bundle from the shelter making supplies. The first tribe to drop their bundle at the sea wins. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the opening twist. So as we got to see, the Chatot Tribe get to select the 2 what they believe to be weakest Pachirisu members, and they get to pick their 2 strongest. However, in turn, the Pachirisu members get to choose what the 3 different things that they have to compete through, and we are going to see that Haz and Spoink compete for Team Pachirisu, whereas Rattatamen and Mike, considered to be the strongest members of the Chatot Tribe, are competing against them. So Pachirisu get to choose the obstacles, and the Chatot Tribe get to select the members. And we are going to see down here, the Pachirisu Tribe wins the reward. They won the challenge, and they win pre-cut timber and additional supplies to help up camp, so that is very good. BBlano, Carson, Chez, Coach Oak, Haz, Ian, JJbizzle, Manlysoap, Spoink, and TTM Stinks are going to be going away with extra supplies for their camp day number 1, which is very beneficial. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in true Survivor fashion, there are special items hidden across every single area, and it is no surprise to see that there is a hidden immunity idol that is currently hidden. However, on the Pachirisu Tribe, it has not yet been discovered. However, do take into consideration it is only the first day, so it can very well be found in the next upcoming episodes, or mere days, to be honest. We also see that on the Chatot Tribe, the hidden immunity idol is currently hidden and has not yet been discovered. Again, bear in mind it is just day 1. Everyone's probably getting to know each other and are probably crying in their defeat. The first immunity challenge, Matchbox. Each tribe will have to sprint through an obstacle to a sand pit where one person from each tribe must to dig under a log. The person from the first tribe to get through the log will then grab a machete and then chop a rope to release a set of ladders. The person from the second tribe will then have to untie knots instead. They will then pole vault onto another platform. Once everyone is across the pole vault, they will then need to solve a number puzzle. The first tribe to finish their puzzle wins. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's the first immunity challenge. Who has won it? Let's go and find out. And it looks to be the Pachirisu Tribe that actually wins yet again on their challenge. They won the first opening twist challenge and managed to get stuff like pre-cut timber. But now they've won the second challenge, and BBlano, Carson, Chez, Coach Oak, Haz, Ian, JJbizzle, Manlysoap, Spoink, and TTM Stinks. Not only do they win Flint, but they also win immunity. So they've got fire now, which is going to raise morale. But they've got immunity, and they will not be going home. None of them will be going home, and they will be able to last 3 more in-game days. Which, unfortunately, the Chatot Tribe cannot say. And one of them, unfortunately, is going to be sent home. Hopefully it's not me. So we're proceeding now on to the next, and we are going to get the tribe status firstly of the Pachirisu Tribe, who previously came off a very strong win into another win. So they're 2 wins up, and have got flint and timber and really good items. So special items, the Pachirisu Tribe hidden immunity idol is currently hidden. Nobody has it yet, but turns out to be impressing the rest of the team. So that's what you do when you own a DGBA server, you know, just impress people. Yeah, go you Haz. So it looks like Haz is going to be very much like with the rest of his team. But hold on, you guys might got a little bit of a spoiler here, as we see that there's also 2 alliances forming. But the first alliance formed is between BBlano, Ian, and Spoink. A pretty strong alliance with an overall strength of 5. So it looks like those people are going to be very strong towards each other indeed, with a very early 3-person alliance that could very easily be devastating to the rest of the team. But as previously mentioned, there is another alliance on the horizon, and that does turn out to be a 4-person alliance. This alliance turns out to be between BBlano, again making another alliance, but this time with Cochoke, Manlysoap, and TTM Styx. So BBlano has formed two alliances, and honestly, if he can get those two alliances to get together with the 5 strength that they have, all they need is one more person and they will have a majority alliance going into a very early tribal council. That could actually be very useful, and BBlano could very well be seen as the godfather very early on. The Chatot Tribe, however, do not want to feel left out, and with the special items being announced, the Chatot Tribe hidden immunity idol is still hidden. It has not yet been discovered, and instead we see that Jack and JJgalz have bonded slightly, and also Carlos and Mike have bonded slightly, but we see that it actually does have a lasting impact, so we might very well see another very strong early lasting alliance. But there also seems to be something else going on, as we see Mike and Rattatamen actually as well, Mike and Alan forming a bond which is classed as very strong and has a lasting impact, so we could see Mike being the owner of a 3-person alliance, which is very important considering that a tribal is just coming up round the corner. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is the first tribal council with the Chatot Tribe, who unfortunately did lose out on the immunity challenge. We see here that it consists of Carlos, Jack, Jermoi, JJgalz, JP, Mike, MX3, myself, Alan, and TTMTL. One of us is going to be going home. Who's it gonna be? As we see that nobody has any items, nobody has hit a hidden immunity idol, there is no place to hide, and there is certainly no place to run to, as voting is going to decide who goes out today. And we're going to go scroll down, and we are going to see that the first vote, unfortunately, goes to me. But you know what? We're starting it off, and hopefully that's the only vote that goes for me. If anyone has an immunity idol and would like to play it, now is the time to do so. As I previously clarified, there is no hidden immunity idol to play. Nobody can run, nobody can hide. As we scroll down and see that a second vote goes to me, and a third vote goes to me, and a fourth vote goes to me, and a fifth vote goes to me. My goodness, all it takes now is for one more vote to come my way, and I am the first person voted out of Survivor. My goodness, of course, that's the way it starts. I want to make a new DGBA channel series, and I am nearly the first person voted out already. But fortunately, it looks like Lady Luck has been on my side, and a 6th vote is being going towards Jermoi, so we could see a 6-on-6 alliance forming here, as we see yet again another vote go for Jermoi, and another vote go for Jermoi. That is 8 votes in total, and another vote goes to Jermoi. That leaves it 5-4. 5 votes for me, 4 votes for Jermoi, 1 vote left. As we see that the 5th vote, the final vote, is going to go to Jermoi. So it is between myself and Jermoi. So in the case of a tie, there is a revote, and those in the tie will not be able to revote. So I can't revote, Jermoi can't revote. There is 8 other people left to revote that currently are safe. So we're going to see firstly here that I am going to receive a vote. I'm going to receive 2 votes. I'm going to receive 3 votes, and Jermoi is going to receive 1 vote for himself. It is currently 3-1 for me. I'm always just paving the way right now for the other people. Maybe I didn't do very well in the Chatot challenge, and that's why people are voting for me. I don't know, but we're seeing that a 5th vote comes to Jermoi and a 6th vote, resulting in a 3-3 vote. So 2 votes left. A 4th vote goes to Jermoi. So that is 4 votes to Jermoi, 3 votes to me, 1 vote left. And the final vote, deciding who's going to go home, will it continue on to a draw of rocks? Will it continue on to a person going home? It looks like it's going to be a person going home. Me and Jermoi, we've been tussling it out, and oh gosh. It looks like unfortunately someone did flip on Jermoi at the very, very last stage, resulting in the 8th vote being towards Jermoi and a final 5-3 votes in my favor. So fortunately, I get to see another day. I'm not voted out. 20th Survivor. Thank goodness. But it's actually funny because me and Jermoi had beef several seasons ago. About a certain little protein greninja. So yeah, it was funny to see that come up once again. In fact, for the first tribal, but I'm sure a lot of people are going to be complaining that I wasn't the first one to go. They're going to be calling hacks. They're going to be calling that I cheated the system or whatever. But that seems to be how the penny is dropped. And Jermoi, the tribe, has spoken. So here now we are going to see the specific votes, how each person voted with the first vote and with the second vote. So it's unfortunate to see Jermoi go, especially because he is one of the four people that aren't necessarily in D1 that I just decided to add in for fun. And he got voted out instantly, so that is not fun. But as we see, Carlos actually turned out to be the flip vote unless two other people flipped on their respective person. As it turns out that he voted for me originally, but then he decided to vote for Jeremiah on revote number 1. If anyone does not know, after 2 revotes, a third stage is carried out where the 2 people voted for it, which would be myself and Jeremiah, are granted immunity, and all other 8 people in this case would have to draw rocks, and 1 people through RNG alone would have to go home. So it looks like Carlos did not want to take the risk. He manned up and decided to vote for Jeremiah. Could have been a very tactical move or a big mistake in the long run. I guess we'll have to find out. As we see, continuing down further, it was Jack that voted for me and continued to vote for me on the second revote, and Jeremiah obviously voted for me, could not revote on number 1, as yeah, me and Jeremiah could not revote on number 1, so it makes complete sense. And we see that JJ voted for Jeremiah, JP voted for Jeremiah, Mike ended up voting for Jermoi, so he is on my side. Thank you, Mike. MX3 voted for me, and he voted for me on the revote. I voted for Jermoi, obviously. I did not vote for myself. Alan voted for Jermoi, and as we're going to see here, TCMTL actually decided to vote for me. So that's all the specific votes if you guys were interested or not, and that's how it turned out to be a 5 against 3 eventual turnout. So with it being 5 to 3 votes and the first person being voted out of Survivor, DGBA D1 specific, it actually turns out that already there is starting to be a higher and lower hierarchy decided, as we see that there's a 5 to 3 vote. It's now going down 5 to 2, I believe. So it looks like that TCMTL and MX3 are going to be on the bottom, as Carlos decided to flip. So we're going to see now if that impacts the game. But as we're going to see, the Pachirisu tribe still standing strong. All 10 members with 2 wins under their belt, and they must feel very good about not having to go to tribal council and unfortunately eliminate one of their comrades. Whereas we see the new Chatot tribe down here, consisting of Carlos, Jack, JJgalz, JP, Mike, MX3, myself, Rattatamen and TCMTL. There's 19 people left, and with every episode that is uploaded onto the DGBA channel, 2 mini episodes in regards to the DGBA brandsteel.net episodes. There's going to be 2 of those mini episodes and 1 DGBA episode. So let's go and continue, and by the end of this episode we will have reached essentially day 6 in the game. A new day approaches, and we're going to be introduced to once again the all-powerful Pachirisu tribe. With the special items, the Pachirisu tribe hidden immunity idol is currently hidden. It's still hidden and has not been discovered. So we're going to see our first alliance again that we were introduced to in the last few minutes before the tribal council, the Chatot Tribe, and we're going to see that BBlano, Ian and Spoink still have a fairly healthy alliance, as we are going to also see the second alliance in the Pachirisu tribe consisting of BBlano, Coachog, Manlysoap and TTM Styx. So yes, they have got 5. If they can get 1 more, as I previously said, they will have a majority alliance, and that will be super scary. And in the Chatot tribe, there is a complete juxtaposition. Nothing is happening whatsoever. Tribal council probably made a lot of people depressed. There was probably a blind sight on the part of Jeremiah going home, so I don't think people are going to be too happy with each other. And after this immunity challenge, there might very well be conflict. There might be a few breakdowns. I guess we'll have to see with the next upcoming immunity challenge. A new day has come and a new immunity challenge is here that is ever so needed for both of the tribes as we see alliances forming and inevitable division between them, as the next immunity challenge is another brick in the wall. Chatot Tribe is down a member, so the Pachirisu tribe is going to have to look over to the Chatot Tribe and see that Jermoi was eliminated last in the tribal council. But man, we viewers know how insane of a tribal council that was, automatically going from a 5 to 5 vote in the first episode. Pretty insane. But announcing the immunity challenge of today, another brick in the wall. One member from each team will climb a ladder using 2 rungs to retrieve a key. They will then use this key to unlock their boat. 5 members from each tribe must then paddle out to retrieve bags of puzzle pieces. They will then return to shore where 5 castaways must balance a table and complete a block puzzle. The first tribe to finish their puzzle wins. The Chatot tribe needs this immunity. They do not want to be 2 people down, especially with the merge coming in just 2 episodes. So let's see who is going to decide which tribe wins. And it looks like their streak is not ending. My goodness, 3 for 3 is the Pachirisu tribe, who has got a fishing kit on top of pre-cut wood, on top of flint. My goodness, this tribe is just getting everything and are winning everything. They've got immunity, they're safe from the tribal council tonight, and alliances are already forming there, but we're going to have to see the status now and see how people are. So we revisit the Pachirisu tribe, which I am no doubt thinking are going to be super happy after yet another win. They don't have to go to tribal council and don't have to vote off one of their own members. That's really good. Although we are seeing alliances forming, so that is a little bit scary for what might be the inevitable loss of the tribe. But 3 for 3, you can't really complain. And we see that Haz and JJbizzle find something in common, so that might be useful for an alliance down the line. As we're going to keep going down, and we're going to see that Chess is impressing the rest of the team. And Manlysoap and Spoink bond strongly and it has a lasting impact. Maybe they might bring Spoink into their group of 4 between, well, we're going to see now, between BBlano, Cochoke and Manlysoap. But in fact, BBlano leaves the alliance and it isn't looking like BBlano is going to be the bridge between the 3 members and the 2 other to make a majority alliance with 5 plus an outside member. Looks like BBlano might have just shot himself in the foot as he doesn't feel very loyal towards the tribe. He still has some days to make it up, but BBlano might be looking like that might have been his worst mistake and might cost him down the line. But we see that the Pachirisu tribe has formed another alliance. This alliance is between Carson, Haz, JJbizzle and TTM Styx. Very close to the majority alliance. If they can get Cochoke Manly on their side, that is a majority alliance. That is 6 people versus 4. They will win the vote in tribal council, and all they need is just Styx to bridge what BBlano couldn't do between his 2 other alliances. But a very scary alliance indeed. Styx showing a lot of loyalty towards these 2 tribes and could definitely be a threat to be reckoned with. On the topic of threats, although nobody has discovered the hidden immunity idol on the Chatot Tribe Island, we actually find that Carlos and Rattatamen find something in common and it has a lasting impact, so that might actually prove very beneficial towards the tribal that is happening tonight. As we're going to go down here and see an alliance forming between Jack, Carlos and JJgalz. But not just that, we have got a massive 7-man alliance that has been formed between Carlos, Jack, JJgalz, Mike, myself, Rattatamen and TCMTL. I'm telling you, like MX3 and I can't remember entirely who the other person was, but those other two are at the bottom, and with the 7-man alliance now being formed on a 9-man, soon to be 8-man team, it is looking very scary for whoever is going to get blindsided and get voted out. Yeah, let's see what happens. So, the Chatot Tribe, which was once 10 members with Jermoi included, is now reduced to 9, and after another unfortunate defeat is now going to be reduced to 8 tonight, with Carlos, Jack, JJgalz, JP, Mike, MX3, myself, Rattatamen and TCMTL being one of them, and being the 19th person overall in Survivor and the second person to go home. We get another reminder that nobody has any items. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it is MX3 and JP that is not in that massive 7 majority alliance. So the 7 alliance might just split their votes 3 to 4 in case an idol is played and still get either MX3 or JP out. And I guess we're going to see what happens, as if anyone has a hidden immunity idol and they'd like to play it, now is the time to do so. It turns out that nobody has an idol, so it's time to see who's getting home. Will someone betray the alliance? Will it cave in on itself? It's time to see, as the first vote goes to MX3, but don't worry, MX3, you're not alone, as your good friend JP is going to receive 1 vote as well. It is 1 vote MX3, 1 vote JP, and what I said about splitting votes in the fear of an idol, might actually have happened, as we see the third overall vote go to MX3. That is 2 votes to MX3, but don't worry, JP is right there with you, MX3. 2 votes JP, 2 votes MX3, as a third vote goes towards MX3, including the total of 5 votes towards MX3. Maybe MX3 and JP are actually battling each other to see who can make it through to just see day number 7. In game, I guess they're going to have to see right now, as we see that a third vote goes to JP. That is 6 people that have overall voted out of the tribe of 9, and it is 3 to 3 currently, as we see once again another vote go to MX3. That is 4 votes MX3, and now 4 votes JP. 4 votes JP, 4 votes MX3, 1 vote left. It's an odd number tribal, so that means someone is going to have to go home, unless there is a random 1 vote towards someone like TCMTL. But I can tell you guys that is not happening, and it actually turns out that the 19th person placed in Survivor is JP. So unfortunately, either he was seen as a liability in the challenges or seen too much as a threat. The Alliance of 7 decided to come together to get rid of JP, splitting their votes in case of an idol. And it looks like JP and MX3 were fully aware of that, voting against each other in the desperate attempt to last another day. And if their tribe does win 2 more challenges, and get immunity, they can, in all fairness, make it to the merge and maybe try and claw back from being an underdog. But right now, we see JP goes home with the final count being 5 votes JP and 4 votes MX3. JP, the tribe has spoken. You, my friend, are the second person out of the DGBA Survivor race. So suddenly we actually see that, in contrast to the previous tribal where I was debatably on the bottom versus Jermoi, it's actually JP and MX3 that we're seen to be on the bottom. We're going to take a look at the votes now. We're going to see who JP can spite in the DGBA chat, as we see Carlos voted for JP, Jack voted for JP, JJgalz voted for MX3, JP obviously voted for MX3, Mike voted for JP, MX3 voted for JP, I voted for MX3, Alan voted for JP, and we see TC or TCMTL has voted for MX3, resulting in the 5 to 4 loss of JP. And it must be unfortunate for MX3, because he's the only person that's not in the 7-person alliance that was cunning enough to split votes to potentially safeguard against an idol being played. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the first episode of DGBA Survivor. I hope you did enjoy. I did enjoy. I always just enjoy Survivor related things. I am a pretty big Survivors fan. But we're going to take a look at the Pachirisu tribe. 3 wins back to back to back. no tribals, and have won 2 immunity challenges. They've got Flint, they've got Wood, they've got all the works. That is BBlano, Carson, Ches, Kochuk, Has, Ian, JJbizzle, Manlysoap, Spoink, and TTM Stinks. As we see down below on the Chatot Tribe, the new Chatot Tribe that consists of Carlos, Jack, JJgalz, Mike, per MX3, myself, Alan, and TCMTL. Tune in next time to see if the Chatot Tribe are going to continue their losing streak, or finally if they are going to fight against the Pachirisu Tribe, win, and make them go to Tribal Council and really test the strength of those alliances that we've seen formed. There are currently 2 idols still in play, none have been found, so that can also shake up the game as well. And with a merge on the horizon, you don't want to miss it. I'm Parkzy, you guys have been amazing. See you later, goodbye.